Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls, to another trade recap. You already know what happened today. Imagine I said we took an L. That'd be nuts. All right. I'm gonna go through and talk about my entry today. What I saw pre-market and um, how I executed a trade today and caught some profit, caught a nice bag. Just gonna go through and gonna try and make these quick. I try and make this portion quick because I do have a little bit of non-trading related stuff that I want to talk about, and still related to trading though. So let's just go through. You guys know, you guys watched the past videos. My time that I enjoy trading at is 9 a.m. I have done some after hours trading before, but I'm a big fan of it. So 9 a.m. coming in, looking at my computer, and all these purple lines that are here. These are our high time frame draws on liquidity. This is 4 hour lows, 4 hour lows. Um, can't see it. 4 hour lows, and then this gray box right here is a fair value gap. So I'll leave those like pretty close, but yeah, imbalances. Imbalance down here in the market. Liquidity, we ripped through the upside or through the downside, excuse me. So the bearish pressure was pretty on this morning. We ripped through 4 hour lows, 4 hour lows, and excuse me, I'm trying to remember which ones are which. 4 hour lows, 4 hour lows. These are hourly lows. Okay. Yes. So we ripped through 4 hourly lows, and then um, we kind of ripped through them pre-market. However, I'd like to wait and just see what we actually do. Still, regardless, I'm losing my train of thought here. Rip through all our high time frame draws on liquidity. We get down here. I'm thinking, okay, what is the ideal setup in this scenario? I'm waiting. Honestly, in this case, high time frame sweep on liquidity. Check that box. Next is a break of structure to the upside. Check that box right here. However, my entry was at this wick right here. And I'm going to talk about why I did not like my entry today, even though it provided a little bit more profit, but barely. And it's for that reason that I didn't like it. First take profit was set to these 5 minute highs up here, just in case price wanted to rally a little bit lower. It's not marked out on the chart, but I can go through and show real quick. We did have 4 hour liquidity that lied here and lied here as well. So just in case, I don't think price wanted to reach all the way down here. In case it did, I had my stops just set at 30-minute lows before we got to these 4 hour draws on liquidity down here. But I kind of took a pretty risky trade. Just the high time frame sweep on liquidity and the 1 minute break of structure is pretty. That's like it's a pretty crazy setup, but it worked for me today. Um, TP1, as I said, 5 minute highs, and then went through, marked out equilibrium for this hourly range that we were in. Gonna mark this out. TP2 was set at equilibrium, and then I left a third take profit in at, I don't know why specifically this fair value gap, but yeah, the beginning of this 5 minute fair value gap. Let me talk about the trade, and let me talk about why I'm not happy with two things that I did on it. First thing that I'm not happy with is my entry. I entered off the wick up here just because I felt an immense amount of not fear, but I guess FOMO. I just got really bad FOMO. I saw this wick move up, and I was like, I need to buy. I need to get into this trade. When I could have just waited for the clear and obvious break of structure on the minute, that would have been. I would have taken this trade and this 75-cent difference over trying to squeeze out extra. So I would have preferred this entry, which yeah. And then this was originally my third take profit. However, the trade was cut short. After we hit TP2, the trade was cut short. I'm going to just get rid of this long tool. Trade was cut short to get my brush to right here. This is where my runner that was left in for my third take profit got taken out. And if you remember, as I just said, I had my third take profit set for up here, so I should have profited up here. I didn't. And that's the second reason that I'm upset with this trade today, is because I did not let price action develop to the fullest extent that it could. I just got really focused on profits. I was focused on locking in profits rather than sticking to my trading plan and sticking to what I believed was going to what I believed was ultimately right. It's just I'm going to say it's definitely coincidence that like yeah, just right here, this 5 minute fair value gap, it got hit. I could have put it for right here. It still would have gotten hit after hours, but um I don't know. It was just something like right here. I was like, I like the fair value gap. So, and it was the beginning of a 15-minute fair value gap, I think, or the top of like the 15-minute fair value gap. That's what I think, or something like that. Regardless, I'm upset because I did not let I focused on profit taking and I cut myself short right here when I should have. I had a risk free trade already. I was done. I hit my first take profit, immediately went right to break even. Hit my second take profit, perfect, that's great. And then I saw my two runners that were left, and I just got really locked in on profits. That is not how I want to trade. That is not the trader that I am. I'm not worried. I'm more worried about being right. I want to be right rather than lock in lock in profits. If I kept my stops at break even, like any good trader would do, once they hit their first take profit or their second take profit, then I still lock in profits from my first and second points, and let those runners really see where those runners can take you. Because in this case, they would have taken me to where I thought they were going to. Um, and then So that's it for the trade today. Pretty happy with it. Besides those two things, like I said, I'm trying to optimize a little bit more. Um, and yeah, that brings me to my next point. Just kind of about like trading and the mindset of trading, and why that is so important. And this is something that you always hear about, is like you draw lines on a chart and you hit buttons, and it really isn't just that. There's such a um there's almost a, not a demeanor, I don't want to call it a demeanor, but there is somewhat of a demeanor with trading, of like, it's not, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say. It can be very toxic for you. It can be very bad for you, if not done correctly. um if you're worried about dollar moves and price action, then this isn't for you. I'm guilty of that. I can tell you 2 months ago that I would have opened up first of all, I wouldn't even have been trading at 9 o'clock. I would have been up at 7:30, and I would have seen. Okay, let's look for something. Low then high, 1 minute breaking structure. I'm going short. We're gonna go short on this candle right here. Why is this color different? I normally have blue and black. It's okay. And then once price gets up to here, price action is developing. I'd already be scared. Price moves up to here, but that's the kind of trades that I was making, and I have just come so far in my progress with trading. Not only am I extremely happy with myself, but now is the most important time to be critical of the stupid mistakes that I make. Um, Not holding, TP1, TP2, keep stops at break even, stop profit chasing. Um, and I had all my take profits set to really good levels as well. I think they were within reach. 5 minute highs, equilibrium of the range, and then a fair value gap that was up here that price was maybe looking to retrace towards and fill in. So yeah, that's it. A little bit disappointed in not holding all the way through and not trusting my trading plan today. That is something really important to me. That is something that I'm working on and trying to develop. Um, but you can't win them all. This one would have been one that I would have won everything, and it would have been right down to the last minute of the day, which I think is pretty cool. I enjoy those longer swing trades. Those longer. I really love watching price action develop on the time frames, and there's something even satisfying just about like this long position tool and just like seeing it hit. It's beautiful. How can you not love that? Um, anyway, that's it for the trade recap today. Looking forward to the next trade tomorrow. Um, really just dialing in more, focusing on my entries, focusing on keeping stops at break even, not over leveraging, and in a risky scenario like this. I hit the mark on 1 out of 3 of those today, and just looking to improve on not profit chasing and keeping a good headspace when trading, because that is so important. So that is it for sure. That is it. I will catch you guys on the next trade recap. Peace.